Alright, Miami Dolphin fans. Super late video, but this is the post-game reaction to the Miami Dolphins loss on Sunday to the Bills, 35-0. It wasn't that bad of a game going into the half, even though the offense looked pretty stagnant as far as scoring points, but they were able to move the ball. Tua got knocked out early, sacked 3 times. The last one was the big hit that took him out of the game. That was definitely on Jesse Davis. Jesse Davis completely whiffed. Actually gave him a little extra push to get him in there and knocks Tua out. Luckily, the guy didn't put his whole body weight onto Tua. Caused even more damage. That could have been worse than what it was. But Tua's a small quarterback, and you get free shots from your blind side. It's not looking good. The first 2 sacks, to me, were on Tua. The first one, the guy came, I think it was, I don't know if it was a corner or linebacker, came off the edge. He was guarding the man in motion, and he stayed off of him, hid behind the end, came around the side, and hit Tua. That's something he has to see. I get that he didn't see it, but they were basically bringing more people than what the line had, or bringing them in areas where they couldn't get picked up. One of the things I notice about Tua and the way the Dolphins play, one of my concerns is that they're constantly in the pistol or shotgun. And when you're like that, say you're in a shotgun and you still are a pistol and you have a running back behind you, that's very far that a running back has to try to step up and pick up a blitzing cornerback or somebody off, a linebacker off the end, to come up and try to get him. Usually if the quarterback is up under center, he takes a snap direct. You have a running back that's usually about 4 or 5 yards behind him, and he can just step up to either side, left or right, and pick that up. If the quarterback notices they can have something together where the quarterback just throws a swing pass to the side, they can adapt to it. Corner blitzes are nothing new in the NFL. They're nothing new in college. Yes, the schemes are maybe they're better in the NFL, but something you have to react to. If you look at Brian Flores last year, he was scheming up everyone, especially against the Rams. They didn't know where the Dolphin defenders were coming from. It actually made them look better than probably what they were. People were having a field day last year. And this game, the Bills were having a field day against the Dolphins. I mean, Austin Jackson was getting beat like a drum. That guy, he was getting beat in preseason. He's getting beat now. I don't know how much better he can get, but it was pretty disappointing. I think Jesse Davis is pretty good. That was just a horrible play. Eichenberg continues to get pushed back. As big as that guy is and how he did in college, he should not be getting pushed back as easy as he does. Moving on to receivers. There were many drops. Many. Touchdown drop by Parker. First down drop by Albert Wilson. There was 2 drops by Wilson. Even Jalen Waddle had a drop. It looked pretty bad out there for the receivers. The receivers, some of them were getting open, and they actually, they moved the ball pretty well. But you have to take advantage, especially in a game like that, when you're having a hard time moving the ball. The ball hits you in the hands. You got to catch it. I actually think that game was the way the line was blocking. I think it was actually beneficial to have Jacoby Brissett in there because he was more mobile. And you actually seen that was one of his first passes where he sidearmed a ball when he had a guy coming off the corner, and he got it to the receiver. He was able to pick it up and get the ball away. Whenever there's a guy blitzing off a corner, you either need to go to that side or take advantage of that person where the defender's coming off of that player, you got to take advantage of that. You know, you can't expect the line to drop back and block and pick up every single person, especially a corner. I mean, it's very difficult. I always say when a defensive end is on a tackle, and here comes a guy around the edge, the left tackle is supposed to basically stay engaged on his man. He's always supposed to have the inside man. Now, if he knows that the pass is going to get off real quick, he can always just slide real quick and bump the other guy, just to try to throw him off balance or something. But in reality, you always block the inside guy. That's what they always say. Block the inside guy. The outside guy is supposed to take longer to get there, and you just go from there and do your best. But you have to know this. I mean, there's many quarterbacks in the NFL that adjust to that. They make that throw, and there's some where they go to make the throw and they could just turn around and they kill you. Like, if you're going to blitz them, you're going to pay for it. Like the Tom Brady's, you blitz them, you're going to pay for it. Now, where you give quarterbacks like that a problem is when you can get pressure with 4 people. You get pressure with your down linemen and come in on them. That's where you affect them. That's where you, like the Giants affected them. That's where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were able to affect them. So you have that. Then you have the horrific display of special teams. I mean, that was bad. To me personally, I feel like that wasn't a fumble. But, I mean, once you fumble the ball once, you can't be falling down after you picked it up. You can't fall down with your elbow going into the ground. Both hands should be on the ball. You're basically getting wrapped up. So there's no reason to go down with one arm and let the ground cause the fumble. You can't do that. But defensively, I definitely thought that I thought the Dolphins would shut down the receivers, and that's pretty much what happened. I mean, there were a couple plays here and there, but that's a high-powered Buffalo offense. That's a top-end offense in the NFL. And to shut them down the way they did, they did an amazing job. After the first half, Allen, I believe he was something like 7 of 16 for 62 yards with 1 interception in the first half. That's really good against Josh Allen. I mean, with the firepower that he has, and for him to only have 7 completions for 62 yards, and an interception, what else could you ask for? There was actually another chance at an interception. I think it was 2. You had Byron Jones, and you had X get his hands on another one where he came across the field. I'm not saying he dropped it, but heck of a play by Howard all game, except for that first drive where he basically thought the play was over and was sitting in the back of the end zone and let his guy just move away from him and catch a touchdown pass. But then again, I mean, that's Ogba comes off the corner, has a free shot at the quarterback. He doesn't break down. He just runs. Josh Allen olays him, goes right past him, is able to scramble, get some extra time, throw it across the field, easy touchdown. Now, had that been Espinosa on the other side, somebody would have been getting smacked up. You can't have plays like that where you just leave those on the field. I mean, Ogba's a great player, but that's one I'm sure he wish he had back. What else I want to talk about? I want to talk about our draft picks. You look at what we have, okay? You have a situation where you have Rousseau, and Rousseau's out there where we picked Jalen Phillips. Both of those players played for the University of Miami. Having players for University of Miami, you get to see what their strengths and weaknesses are. I thought Rousseau and Phillips were great players, but the size of Rousseau and his ability to move, I thought he was just an amazing talent. I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus and I would have picked someone else, but I was definitely high on Rousseau. I think the guy was just physically talented. And as you can see, he gets in. I believe he had 2 sacks that game. He had over 4 tackles. I mean, that is an amazing amazing job by Rousseau. Then you look at Phillips. He gets on the field and does nothing. Nothing. I mean, he gets taken out. Like, all they put him in, like, he can't even just play on the down line and just tackle running backs. They don't put him in for that. I mean, you got a first-round pick. That guy needs to do more than just one thing. Even Waddle, you watch him. He goes out. He drops a ball. Next thing you know, the guy's running back to the sideline, and he sits down, or, he stands on the sideline for another play. It's like, you're a first-round pick. You're the number 5 selection. Why are you coming off the field? Are you tired? No, you're like young 20s. Stay on the field and make a difference. You got a bunch of Miami players coming off the field constantly. That can't be the case. You need to whatever players you pick, they need to be playing. And that's not always the case with the Dolphins. You look at other teams, they pick their first rounders, they're playing. Dolphins, you pick the first rounders and the guy may get in. Igbenogany. This guy's been out for, can you believe that guy's a first-round selection? I mean, wouldn't you have rather had a Jonathan Taylor? Wouldn't that have been nice? I mean, I'm not going with Herbert over Tua, but, I mean, you consistently have line, like something that always happens with Miami, we have horrible line play. That's what we have, horrible line play. And what do? Hey, let's pick a quarterback that has never made it through a full season. I'm kind of somewhat iffy there on last year because that was like a phantom injury to get him out, and then Fitzpatrick came in. That was like a finger injury, so he sat there with his jacket and put his hands in his jacket, and it's like, did that guy really get injured? I don't even know what play he got injured on. But regardless, that makes it every single year he's been injured. They say your best ability is availability, right? So I don't know. I think Tua's good, but I just, for this team, he's not looking great. If I'm the Dolphins, I act on that Deshaun Watson trade. I think, I'm not saying, oh, you're jumping off the boat or whatever, but listen, what are you going to give up? First-round draft picks? I mean, I'd almost give up every single first-round draft pick for the last 2 years. Because really the only person who's making anything of an impact is Waddle. He's the only thing that looks pretty good. Oh, you could say Tua with a good record, 6-2. Listen, Tua was getting the ball on the 10, 15-yard line. He was getting the ball on the 5-yard line sometimes and scoring. So that record, that's a little, it's not as good as you think it is. It's misperceiving. So, personally, I don't know how they're going to continue to do. If they ask for, 2 first-rounders and Tua to get Watson, just make the move. Watson would have saw those first 2 blitzes. He's more athletic. He's got a better arm. He's able to get out of the pocket. He can take hits. This other Tua, he can't take hits, unfortunately. So, I'm going to do a Canes video coming up. Manny Diaz and his horrible performance. Don't be surprised to see him go 3-6. People will be asking for him to step down pretty soon. Just wondering if Blake James will be going as well. So, let me know what you guys think. Sorry about the comments last time. It says, was this video, could kids, is it good for kids? And I was like, I didn't curse or anything, so I didn't, I put yes, and then I guess that turned off the ability to make comments. So let me know what you think. Try to get another one out faster. I didn't want to be inside. I know it's getting dark and whatnot. You can just listen to this anyways. Let me know. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks.